Hey, you were mentioning the ice bucket challenge earlier on.
Yeah.
Howard Stern got approached to do an ice bucket challenge, and he wasn't kidding. He said, "No fucking way am I doing an ice bucket challenge." He's such a pussy. He's convinced that it would be too much of a shock to his system, might cause him harm, and he's convinced someday someone's gonna fucking die from doing an ice bucket challenge. Can you imagine?
Die of the ice bucket challenge?
Any further evidence that this is about one of the biggest pussies, a big mouth, behind the mic, but get behind, out from underneath that microphone, you big old fucking pussy.
I think he's a talentless fuckstick whose act wore thin years ago. He hasn't come up with anything innovative and new in years. He is the ultimate in a pussy. Any man who can't defend his own wife, which was well documented, from being accosted by a homeless person. Any man who refuses to jump into a pool to save his fucking dog that eventually died and instead has his wife jump in the pool to try to save the dog. Any man who needs about 16 different fucking people in the studio every day with guests galore and all kinds of different bells and whistles, give me a fucking break. You know something? He's going to go down as one of the great people in radio when it's all said and done. But the fact of the matter is if you take a hard and close look at Howard Stern, it's not what it seems to be. He's not nearly as talented as anybody leads him to believe. I could do his kind of show in his environment better than he could do it, or at the very least as well as he could do it. Give me all the bells, the whistles, all the people in the studio, all the sound effects, all the guests, all that shit. Give me that. Let him try to come in. I mean, you want to separate the cream rising to the top? Let Howard Stern come in and try to do an hour and 52 minutes uninterrupted, as I did today on my show. Let me see him carry an entire fucking show by himself before anybody tells me how fucking talented Howard Stern is. He's a hypocritical scumbag. He's a liberal pissant. Okay? His wife is an ugly bitch who doesn't give head. That should tell you something about what guy would marry a woman that refuses to give head. That's a huge red mark right there. Okay? And alone.
He claims he doesn't even like it.
Alone, well, his dick is probably 3 inches long, but alone on his own, okay, in any situation, behind a microphone, on the street, anywhere, he's the biggest pussy going, and his sycophantic fans don't take a look behind the curtain, or it's too dumb to realize that this guy is not everything that he says he is, or everything that the media has portrayed him to be. He sucks. He's not nearly as good as he says he is. I'd like to take him, and I'd like to kick his ass, and then when he wakes up from the fucking coma, I put him in. I'd kick his ass again and put him back into a fucking coma. The fuck?
Were you Joe Pesci in Casino?